Do you want to know how long you'll live after 70? It's a question we all start asking ourselves as we get older, but the answer isn't as uncertain as it might seem. The truth is, your body has already started telling you, with subtle signs that could reveal exactly how long you have left to live and how healthy those years will be. Take Grace, for example. She's 72, and for most of her life, she's been healthy and active. But recently, Grace has noticed something strange. She's more tired than usual. Her joints feel stiff, and sometimes her memory isn't as sharp as it once was. At first, she shrugged it off as just aging, but over time, Grace couldn't help but wonder. Could these signs actually be telling her something about her future? Could these small changes be predicting how much longer she has to live and how well she'll live? It's easy to dismiss these little shifts, but science has proven that subtle signs like fatigue, forgetfulness, or even changes in your daily routine are not just a part of aging. They could be key indicators of how your body and mind are aging, and they can actually predict your longevity. Today, I'm going to share 7 scientifically proven signs that can give you a glimpse into how long you'll live after 70. These are signs that you may not even notice, but they could reveal the path ahead. The best part? You can take small, simple actions right now to influence those signs and live a longer, healthier life. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch for and how you can shape your future. Let's get started. Sign number 1, your physical activity level. Have you ever caught yourself asking, am I getting too old for this? Or wondering how much longer you'll be able to do the things you love? Maybe it's a walk that once felt effortless, now leaving you winded, or a hobby that suddenly feels harder. At first, these little changes might not seem like much, but what if they're actually telling you something important about your future? Take Jack, for example. Jack is 73, and for most of his life, he's been active. Every morning, he'd go for a walk around the park and enjoy a round of golf on weekends. But lately, something's changed. His walks that used to feel energizing now leave him out of breath. Climbing stairs feels more like a challenge, and his legs ache for longer than they should. At first, Jack shrugged it off as just the natural course of getting older. But as the weeks went on, he couldn't help but wonder, is this just a normal part of aging, or is something more at play here? What Jack didn't realize at first is that these small changes were actually signs, indicators that his body was trying to tell him something about his future. It turns out, physical activity is one of the clearest signs of how long you'll live and how healthy you'll be. Studies show that staying active, whether it's walking, stretching, or even light strength training, is essential for longevity. It's not about pushing yourself to extremes, but about keeping the body moving, even in small ways. So why do we often ignore these changes? We've all heard the phrase, it's just part of getting older. And while some decline is natural, thinking that slowing down is inevitable can shorten both your lifespan and the quality of those years. When we stop moving, when we dismiss the little aches and changes, we risk letting our health slip without realizing it. For Jack, it wasn't too late to make a change. He could add just a few more minutes to his walks every day, or start doing stretches that would improve his flexibility and reduce stiffness. It's not about pushing himself beyond his limits, but about staying consistent. And the best part? Small actions like these don't just help you feel better today. They can extend your years of health, strength, and vitality. Sometimes your body whispers to you before it shouts. But if you listen carefully and take action, you're setting yourself up for a longer, healthier life. Why not take a short walk after this video? You'd be surprised at how one small step can make a difference. Sign number 2, the subtle clue in your memory. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or, just as you need it most, you can't quite recall someone's name? It happens to all of us, right? But here's the thing. What if these small lapses aren't just part of getting older? What if they're actually signs that could tell you something bigger about your health and how long you'll live? Take Margaret, for instance. At 75, Margaret's memory had always been sharp. She could recall the smallest details, like her first trip to Paris or the name of every neighbor she ever had. But recently, Margaret started noticing something troubling. She'd forget where she put her glasses, or even the title of the book she was reading, something she'd never forget before. At first, it seemed like nothing, a simple momentary lapse, maybe just a sign of aging. But as the forgetfulness happened more often, Margaret couldn't help but wonder, is this more than just aging? Is my memory trying to tell me something about how I'm aging and how long I have left? What Margaret didn't know is that these small memory lapses could be the early signals of something bigger. Studies show that the health of your brain is one of the strongest predictors of your longevity. People who keep their minds active by reading, doing puzzles, learning new skills, tend to live longer, healthier lives. The brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it stays. But just like physical decline, mental decline can sneak up on you. Ignoring these small signs might cost you precious years of sharp thinking. Now, many of us, like Margaret, think that forgetfulness is just part of growing older. We assume that small lapses here and there are nothing to worry about. But here's the truth. Frequent memory loss isn't always something to brush off. It can indicate that your brain isn't getting the workout it needs. And over time, it can lead to more serious cognitive issues like dementia. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start exercising your brain. Margaret could start engaging in activities that challenge her mind, reading books, doing crossword puzzles, or even learning something new. The key is to keep your brain engaged every day. Even simple things like socializing with friends or trying a new hobby can keep your mind sharp and improve memory. So the next time you forget where you put your keys, don't just laugh it off. Take it as a reminder to start giving your brain the attention it deserves. Start today. Pick up that book, try a puzzle, or join a conversation that challenges you. You have the power to improve your brain health and, in turn, your quality of life. Sometimes your mind may feel like it's slipping, but by taking action, you can keep it sharp and vibrant for years to come. Sign number 3, physical activity levels. Let's talk about one of the most powerful signs of how long you'll live, your physical activity level. We all know that staying active is important, but did you know that the amount of physical activity you engage in as you age can be one of the strongest predictors of your life expectancy? As we get older, our muscles and bones naturally lose some of their strength and density. Our body's ability to bounce back from exertion slows down. But here's the catch. The more active you are, the longer you live. People who stay physically active well into their 60s and 70s tend to live longer and healthier lives, with a lower risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, conditions that can significantly shorten life expectancy. But here's where we often go wrong. Many of us start accepting inactivity as part of getting older. We think, I'm getting older, so I'm not supposed to be as active. That's the myth. The reality is that movement is life. If you sit back and let the years pass without physical activity, you are actively reducing your chances of living a longer, healthier life. And this is one of the most common signs people overlook. A lack of movement isn't just a sign of aging. It's a sign that you could be setting yourself up for a shorter, less active life. The good news is it doesn't have to be this way. Even if you haven't been as active as you'd like, you can still change the trajectory of your health. By increasing your daily activity, you could improve your heart health, increase your energy, and even extend your life. Start slow, a daily 15 to 20-minute walk, a bit of stretching, or even light strength training is enough to start. These simple steps can dramatically improve your muscle strength, mobility, and overall health. Your body needs movement to stay healthy, and the more you move, the longer you'll live. The number of years you live isn't just about the years themselves, it's about how you move through them. Every step you take today is an investment in the years you'll have tomorrow. Sign number 4, social engagement, the lifespan boost from connection. Have you ever noticed how the happiest, healthiest seniors are often the ones who are surrounded by people, whether it's family, friends, or a community they're involved in? It's no accident. Social engagement isn't just nice to have, it's essential for your longevity. As we grow older, it's natural for social circles to change. Maybe your kids are busier with their own families, Or perhaps some friends have moved away. It's easy to let social isolation creep in. You might even think to yourself, I'm getting older. It's okay to be alone. But here's the truth. Loneliness and isolation aren't just emotionally draining. They are linked to shortened life expectancy. Science has proven that maintaining strong social ties and regular interaction with others has a direct impact on how long you live. In fact, loneliness can increase the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. But when you're socially engaged, your risk of these diseases drops significantly. Socializing lowers stress levels, boosts the immune system, and helps to keep your mind sharp. Simply put, people who are connected live longer, and they do so with better quality of life. Unfortunately, this is a sign that's often overlooked. Many people assume that aging naturally leads to fewer connections, or they may convince themselves that their social needs aren't as important as other aspects of life. But neglecting social relationships can be one of the most harmful choices you make for your long-term health. Just like you take care of your body through physical exercise, your mind and heart need human connection to thrive. But here's the encouraging part. It's never too late to cultivate or renew relationships. You don't have to wait for someone else to reach out. Take the first step. Reconnect with a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Join a local community group, or even volunteer. These small actions can significantly impact your mental health and your longevity. When you invest in your relationships, you're not just enriching your emotional well-being, you're also extending your life. The more you give of yourself to others, the more you give to your own future. Connections are the bridge to a longer, more meaningful life. Sign number 5, sleep quality. How rest reflects your lifespan. Think about how you feel after a great night's sleep, the kind where you wake up feeling completely rested and ready to take on the day. Now imagine waking up feeling just as tired, or even more so, than when you went to bed. This happens more often as we age. But what if I told you that how well you sleep could actually predict how long you'll live? You see, sleep quality is not just about the number of hours you spend in bed, it's about how well your body and mind recover during those hours. As we get older, we naturally experience sleep changes. Perhaps we wake up more often, or it takes longer to fall asleep. But these small shifts shouldn't be overlooked. Sleep is a cornerstone of your health and longevity, and poor sleep can significantly impact both. When you don't get the restful sleep your body needs, it doesn't get the chance to repair itself, boost immunity, or regulate vital processes like blood pressure and hormone levels. In fact, poor sleep is linked to a higher risk of chronic conditions like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and even dementia, all of which can shorten life expectancy. Many of us brush off poor sleep as a normal part of getting older, but it's not just an inconvenience, it's a red flag. Chronic sleep deprivation has been shown to increase inflammation, weaken the immune system, and even impair brain function. The body struggles to heal itself when you don't get quality rest, making it harder to fend off illness and recover from everyday stresses. The good news is, you can improve your sleep, and by doing so, you're taking a crucial step towards improving your overall health and extending your life. Start by focusing on sleep hygiene, creating a peaceful sleep environment, keeping a consistent sleep schedule, and avoiding screens before bed. If sleep problems persist, don't hesitate to speak with a healthcare provider to rule out any underlying conditions like sleep apnea, which could be impacting your health. The power of good sleep is often underestimated, but the truth is, it's one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve your health. When you prioritize restful sleep, you're giving your body the chance to renew itself, fight illness, and add years to your life. The better you sleep, the better you live. Every night of rest is a gift for the years ahead. Sign number 6, mental clarity, how cognitive health predicts longevity. Imagine this. You're sitting in a cozy room, maybe with a cup of tea in hand, and suddenly you can't remember where you left your glasses, or worse, the name of someone you've known for years. It's frustrating, right? And as we age, this happens more often. We start to forget things, we find it harder to focus, and our minds don't seem as sharp as they once were. It's easy to dismiss this as just part of growing older. But what if I told you that how sharp your mind stays could actually be one of the biggest factors determining how long you live? Mental clarity is far more than just remembering names or where you put your keys. It's about the overall health of your brain. Your mind controls everything you do, from your thoughts to your emotions to your physical movements. So when your brain isn't functioning at its best, it affects more than just your memory. It impacts your entire life. In fact, the decline in mental clarity is linked to conditions like dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and heart disease, all of which can significantly reduce life expectancy. Here's where it gets interesting. Mental decline is not inevitable. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to accept forgetfulness or mental fog as a part of life. You can fight it, and the truth is, the more you work on your brain, the longer it will work for you. Cognitive decline is reversible to a degree, and the more you challenge your mind, the more resilient it will become. So how do you keep your mind sharp? It's simple, really. Stay engaged. The more you stimulate your brain, the healthier it stays. Learning new things, whether it's a new skill, a hobby, or even taking up a new language, provides your brain with the exercise it needs to stay young. Studies show that people who engage in mentally stimulating activities are less likely to develop cognitive decline and more likely to live longer. You might think, I don't have the time or energy for that, but think about this. You don't need to run marathons to keep your mind in shape. Simple things like reading, playing chess, doing puzzles, or even learning a new instrument are enough to keep your brain agile. These small, enjoyable activities can not only improve your memory and focus, but also boost your mood and reduce stress, which are key factors in longevity. Many people believe that getting older means losing mental sharpness, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Engage your brain every day and your mind will stay sharp, keeping you active, alert, and ready to enjoy life for years to come. Your mind is your most powerful tool. It shapes your world, your health, and your future. Keep it strong, and your future will be just as bright. Sign number 7, weight management, the balance that determines your lifespan. Have you ever stepped on the scale and felt frustrated? It happens to the best of us, especially as we age. Weight often becomes more difficult to manage, and for many it seems like those extra pounds just appear without warning. But here's the reality. Your weight isn't just about how you look. It's a powerful predictor of how long you'll live. As we get older, it's natural for our metabolism to slow down, but carrying extra weight, especially around the belly, puts a serious strain on your heart, joints, and overall health. Excess weight is linked to conditions like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and joint issues, all of which can dramatically shorten your life. You might think, I'm just getting older, it's inevitable. But here's the thing, it's not too late to make a difference. In fact, weight management could be one of the easiest ways to increase your lifespan. The good news? It doesn't have to be about drastic changes or extreme dieting. Managing your weight is all about balance. When you're in balance, your body works in harmony. You feel better, move better, and live better. You don't have to obsess over the scale or follow trendy diets that leave you feeling deprived. What matters is making consistent, small, sustainable changes that add up over time. So how can you improve your weight and health without turning your life upside down? It's simpler than you think. Start with smaller, manageable steps. Swap out processed foods for more whole, nutrient-dense meals. Drink more water. Get moving, even if it's just a 10-minute walk every day to start. Balance is key. Eat nutritious food, but don't deny yourself the occasional treat. This is not about perfection, it's about progress. Here's something fascinating. Studies show that people who maintain a healthy weight, even if it's just a modest weight loss, live longer, healthier lives. The difference between being at a healthy weight and carrying excess weight can mean years of extra life. It's about reducing your risk of life-threatening conditions, but it's also about increasing the energy and vitality you have to enjoy those years. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that once they're older, they're just stuck with their weight. But the truth is, no matter where you are in life, you can take control. If you've gained a few extra pounds or even a lot, it's never too late to shift the balance. Little changes like adding more fruits and vegetables, walking a bit more, or cutting down on sugar are powerful ways to regain control of your weight and your health. Think of it as an investment in your future. Every healthy choice you make today is another step toward a longer, more vibrant life tomorrow. The number on the scale doesn't define you. It's your balance, your choices, and your actions that determine how long and how well you'll live. Keep it balanced and you'll keep your life on track. As we take a moment to reflect on the 7 powerful signs we've discussed, these aren't just passive observations, they are active invitations for you to take control, shape your future, and build a life that is not only longer, but also richer and more vibrant. Aging doesn't have to be a passive process. Many people believe that as they age, their vitality and health are out of their control. But the truth is, you hold the reins. Every decision you make today, from how you take care of your body to the connections you nurture, directly influences the years ahead. By taking small, consistent actions every day, you are not only adding years to your life, but life to your years. It's never too late to begin. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, the future is still full of possibilities. Imagine waking up each day feeling energized, mentally sharp, and excited for what's ahead. The choices you make today are the foundation for that future, and they're within your power to change. You don't have to make huge changes overnight. Small, sustainable steps add up and compound over time. So ask yourself, what small change can I make today that will improve my tomorrow? Maybe it's getting outside for a walk, calling a loved one, or even taking a moment to prioritize restful sleep. These seemingly small actions are investments in your health and longevity. Today is the best time to start because every choice you make now sets the tone for a future filled with vitality and purpose. The journey ahead is yours to create. It's not about avoiding aging. It's about aging with intention, with strength, and with joy. Take charge of your health today, and the years ahead will not just be longer, but they will be filled with energy, passion, and a zest for life that you've worked hard to cultivate.